Welcome to Salaam Nerds podcast. We do reviews and recaps of your favorite TV shows, movies, and current events.
Yo, it's the Salaam Nerds. My name is Steve, aka Watch Me Eat. I'm here my boy Chad.
We drop live episodes on YouTube on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to all our supporters. Please help us by subscribing and leaving a good review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All episodes can also be found everywhere podcasts are found.
Yo, Salaam Nerds. It's your boy Neebs, aka Watch with Neebs, and I'm here with my co-host Jeff, aka DJ Toddler.
DJ Toddler?
Because we're toddlers today, bro.
We're toddlers. We made it.
Toddlers. Put on your onesie because we are 3 years old. Salaam Nerds is officially 3 years old. Can you believe it?
Should I actually go put on a onesie?
No, please do not put on a onesie, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I actually have a really cool onesie.
I do not want to see that. I regret saying that. Call me DJ Onesie from now on. What up, Brown Boy Wonder in the house? Yes, thank you. We are 3 years old. Today we were going to do an episode with Yasmin from Muslim Matchmaking. Not the one who's the matchmaker, but the one who went on the go-kart date.
With Adnan. That's
with
right.
Adnan, yeah. But she had to back out. And we were like, okay, we'll just reschedule. But then we're like, wait a second. Today is officially our 3-month anniversary. We can't just let
3-year anniversary.
Oh, 3-year anniversary. Oh my God. This is why I am not married. I can't remember dates and anniversaries.
Did you know today was the birthday or no?
I saw a message pop up. I did see
Okay.
a message pop up saying that it's our 3-year anniversary. And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's 2025. That means we started in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we started in COVID. I guess we started a little after COVID.
No. We started. So 2022, COVID was still kind of sort of in full swing.
Yeah.
And it was in March where the government stopped funding all the COVID testing. And then we decided to pretend it didn't exist.
Makes sense. Someone says, any advice for me as I continue my journey? Yes. The number one advice that I can give you is
what kind of journey?
I think he's also a podcaster.
Okay.
The number one journey that the number one advice that I could give you as a podcast is consistency. That's the thing. Just find someone who has no life and will be on every episode with you. And you will go far.
Just taking shots on me. I love it.
Listen, because the thing is, people have tried this and they'll like team up with somebody and they'll do a couple episodes and then life gets busy and people will stop doing it. We've been consistently doing it for 3 years, 600 episodes, over 600 episodes.
Yeah, except for the handful of times where, we really had life things happen or like we got to take a break for a bit. But that's the other thing. That's
though,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we're so consistent regardless. And
the law of
even when we took our
averages.
breaks, we take breaks because like we don't want to burn out, right? That's the other thing I'll tell you. If you're feeling burnout, take a break. Do not feel bad about it.
Is it weird we always burn out at the same time? Like we always burn out around Christmas time, right? Like our Decembers.
Is this like the 30-year-old male equivalent of a period syncing up? Like we just burn out at the same time.
Your podcast burnout syncs up. Oh man, that's funny. That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, listen, we got a bunch of new followers. Thanks to a little show called Muslim Matchmaker. So shout out to them. Not that much. I mean, like if you as far as my social media goes, I think I haven't even broken like 500 followers. But I feel like on the podcast, we got quite a few when we interviewed Huda and Freyal and Farah. So there was a little bump there. Not so much from the show, but from us interviewing my matches from the show. So that was cool. And welcome all you new people. We love you guys. And if you have not been with us, we'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what we do. Basically, we recap TV shows, we analyze, we give our thoughts, we try to apply it to things that are going on in real life in terms of like history and also things that are going on in the news, and try to bridge the gap between fiction and real life. So if you're watching Star Wars, we'll talk a little bit about how democracy is a sham and the emperor basically runs the entire world. It's that's the way it
Speaking
is.
of Star Wars, have you seen the new Andor season 2 trailer?
No, I haven't. I'm waiting to do a reaction video, so I'll do a reaction video with it. But I heard it's good.
It just, yeah, yeah. I
Andor
won't
is
say more.
Andor is such a like force to really show people how fascism works. And
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I really, really love about it. People think about Star Wars and they're like, it's nerdy and it's just people with laser swords. And it's really not. The most compelling part of Star Wars is the wars and not the star part. Like a lot of it really is like politics and revolutions and accelerationism and colonialism, and a lot of that stuff applies to our real world. So that's kind of what we do on our podcast. We try to bridge the gap between fiction and what's happening in the real world. Same thing with Avatar: The Last Airbender. We've done it with Marvel
Yeah,
anime. We'll do it with everything. So we do a little bit of everything. So to our new followers, join us. We recap all the shows. We got some DC stuff. We have been taking a break from Marvel because we weren't too happy with them about the inclusion of a character in Captain America 4. So we did not recap any Marvel stuff.
we don't cross the picket line. When
Yeah.
BDS says boycott, we boycott.
Yeah, so I don't know what now that the movie's out and that part's over. I have been told that it's a win for BDS because even though that character wasn't completely eliminated from the movie, which that character should have been, it was severely cut. Like when you watch that movie, you can tell this was a main character who they literally just took out all the meat and potatoes.
Okay, that's a
I
win.
gotta say that's a win. Like I think they were put in a position where like you have two sides. If you take the character out, then people are going to protest. You keep the character in, people are going to protest. So they decided to keep the character in and just gut it. And honestly, that's still a win in my book.
I would
the
agree.
fact that because like she had a superhero costume, she was supposed to get her moment. It was supposed to be all this stuff,
Mhm.
and like none of it made it to the cutting room floor.
None of it.
We need to get like a bootleg version of it so we can watch it and we can actually critique it. But that's what a lot of people told me. People in the
You know
comments
what?
are saying pretty much, yeah, that's what happened.
I will go bootleg it right now.
Yeah, let's get a bootleg version and watch it. I'm not paying a dime for that. But I do think the pressure worked. I think it helped. So that's really good. They did come out with some new shows. The Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood show did come out, and I heard that's pretty good.
I have not
So
seen that one yet, but
I've not seen
yes.
that either. Yeah. And then we've been watching a lot of DC stuff. I think what was it called? Creature Commandos. That came out. Solid show. Creature Commandos. Highly recommend it on HBO Max. It's pretty good. It's a cartoon, but it's not for children. It is like an R-rated cartoon. So just be aware, not super halal. There's things in animation there that really should not happen in animation. That I don't mess with, but still, it's not too bad. It's like a PG-13 light R, it's TVMA. Someone talked about she was terrible, not needed in the movie whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, that's really the point, right? Like, why put this character in, and we're talking about Sabra, why put this character in the movie and completely change everything about her? And then she might not, like, what's the point of her? It's like, it was worthless, completely worthless. So I'm glad that her scenes got cut, but I did feel bad because I don't like being on the same side as the races, right? And
Yeah.
because Anthony Mackie is the new Black Captain America, people were boycotting it and hating on the movie for that reason. And it sucks because like we're boycotting it for a different reason, they're boycotting for a different reason, but we fall into the same end goal, which makes me feel a little weird. So like in the beginning I was pushing really hard for the boycott, and then when it came to the end and I saw how nasty people got about it and how racist they got, I backed down a little bit, and I was like, listen, I don't want to be associated with these people. So it sucks, but it really does feel like they just put Anthony Mackie in such a bad position. Like,
I would agree with that.
I heard it's not even a Captain America movie. It's more like a Harrison Ford movie, and it's all about him more than it is about Captain America. And it was, and it's all Hulk characters in there. So like, what's the point?
Was even supposed to be propaganda? Like,
yeah. Even Sabra is a Hulk character, so they're all like Hulk characters, and it's supposed to be a Captain America movie. Where they could have easily taken Sabra's character and replaced it with Misty Knight or somebody from Luke Cage or somebody from Daredevil, or they could have done something with the character we've already known. This character didn't need to exist.
Actually, that brings up an interesting question. Was this supposed to be a Hulk movie?
No, I don't
they
think
just
so.
made it a Captain America movie? Like, was it that Mark Ruffalo was like, I'm not doing this?
No. It was definitely supposed to be a Captain America movie, and then I don't know why they didn't add any Captain America villains in there, because they're all Hulk villains. So it was just weird and bizarre. But it's doing okay in the what you call it, domestic box office. So it's not too bad.
Okay. At least Anthony Mackie won't get canned for it. So
yeah. All right. Someone said
Brown Boy Wonder, don't worry. Allegedly, I am downloading it bootleg.
Allegedly. Yeah.
So we will figure that out and do a podcast on that in the not so near future.
No, that's cool. Other things that we do on our podcast, other than talk about movies and recap TV shows, we also recap a little bit of reality TV. So shows that we do The Bachelor. We're taking a break from The Bachelor to do some Muslim matchmaking stuff, because it's the hot new show. But we do The Bachelor. We do Love Is Blind. When we do a few other reality TV shows that pop up. Someone told us we should do Traitors, and I think we might start doing Traitors.
What's Traitors?
So Traitors is a show where they get like all like the villains of reality TV and put them together in like one show. So they'll take people from like The Bachelor, Love Is Blind, and like the Circle, and like all these other shows, and they'll take popular people and then they'll put them it's on Peacock, and they'll put them in a show, and they like betray each other and like screw each other over and stuff.
Yo, I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Adel. He says he's a new listener. Thank you for 3 years. Yeah, listen, we've been on here for 3 years, man. Want to reminisce a little bit about stuff we did in our 3 years. I think the coolest thing that we did was that we went super viral for having Sagar on our episode covering not Miss Marvel, covering the Marvels, where he went on our podcast and said, you know what, fuck it, I don't feel like promoting the show because you know why? There's a genocide happening. Who cares? And like that just blew up. The way that episode blew up and went viral was so cool, and like the fact that we got to do it, and it's really funny. He was like the first like actor who went viral for
very first,
right? Because we had like Dua Lipa and Bella Hadid, but they were like models and stuff like that, and but he was like the very I think the Marvels came out in November. The attacks happened in October.
Yeah,
and
he had more to lose.
He had so much to lose because you didn't know which way this was going to fall. And he went out there and he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just put it all on the line. And he just said, you know what? I'm not even promoting it that hard because there's a genocide happening. So what are we doing right now? He was like, I'll go and become a carpenter. I don't care. Freaking blew up. Somebody sent him like carpenter tools. because of that. So that was something that I'm really proud of. That like support for Palestine really blew up, and we got us a lot of followers from there. We did an entire episode. We brought on experts and we talked about Palestine and the history of Palestine. That was a great episode that we did. If you go back into our page, you can type in learning about Palestine, and that episode will pop up. Another episode that got us in hot water was the episode where Rahul Kohli revealed that he auditioned for Mr. Fantastic.
Okay, well, did he audition?
Yeah, he auditioned. So basically what happened, he sent in a tape.
Yeah.
He sent in an audition tape. But because of the way he answered our question, it came off like it was him and Pedro Pascal in the running. And he was like,
Right,
wait, listen. I was never in the running. I auditioned. I sent in a tape, but I was never in the running, right? So when we posted an episode, because of the way he said it, it caught fire.
Yeah.
And that was us.
For better or worse, that was us.
That was us. Someone says, will Iman Vellani show up here? Listen, we got to interview Iman Vellani. That was really cool.
We did that one in person, though.
Well, yeah, we did that in person. But we were able to post it here on our podcast channel. But yes, we did interview Iman Vellani. We interviewed the mom. That was a cool episode.
Oh yes, Zenobia Shroff, yes.
Yeah, we interviewed her.
She's amazing, by the way. Like,
she's really cool. Yeah, we really liked her. And then we got to make so many friends, man. What was it? The Agents of what are they called again? Oh my god, not the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm blanking out. The Agents of
Fandom.
Agents of Fandom podcast. Oh my god, love those guys.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I need to close my door. My dad left it open and I hear a lot of noise.
Sure. No worries, man. No worries. But yeah, that's our podcast. That's what we do. So we talk about Bachelor, reality TV, and then we talk about a recap of like nerd culture. We go to Comic-Con, we take videos, we interview people. And then the other thing that we do is we do something called Nerd Facts. So Nerd Facts is basically me and Jazz just kind of sit here and we just look up a bunch of nerd facts and then we give our reactions to them. And sometimes we look them up to see if they're true or not.
Let's go. You want to do some nerd facts real quick?
Let's do some nerd facts.
Early in the show. Yeah.
It's early in the show, but let's do some nerd facts. It's our 3-year anniversary. So yes, every Sunday, even though we haven't been doing it right now because of the Muslim matchmaking and we're trying to get like people from the show on here and help people finish their story. So
the show did leave a lot of cliffhangers.
Yeah, Muslim Matchmaker left a lot of cliffhangers, and if you have been able to lucky to see it, Farah comes in and she basically talks about her story and her past and why things with me and her didn't work out, and
for legitimate reasons, they didn't really elaborate on the show. Like,
yeah. Oh, and we do wrestling.
Glad.
Jazz, Brown Boy Wonder just reminded us, we also do wrestling on our channel. So after every PLE, we do wrestling. Yes, we do. That was a new thing that we added for this year, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying our wrestling podcast. You need to get to wrestling, Jazz. It's a lot of fun.
I used to be into wrestling, like back in the Chris Jericho days, like early 2000s, like 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And then I just forgot about it.
I'm back into it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do nerd facts. So let's talk about some nerdy stuff. Ready?
19 minutes for those who care. We'll get it right at 19 minutes for you guys. So you can skip the whole intro and just listen to this section.
Some people skip our entire intro and just go straight into the nerd facts because they love nerd facts. But we also cover current events and all the stuff that's happening in the news. But yes, all right. Let's see. What's that thing that Kendrick Lamar always says in his songs? Mustard! Mustard! So, did you know pepper is the top selling spice in the world, but the second is mustard?
Yeah. That one I did know, actually.
Because they put it on the beat. Yo.
Yes, they do.
Mustard on the beat. All right. Next one. Of the 247 billion email messages sent every day, 81% of them are pure spam.
I believe it. I
Right?
totally believe that.
I
With the amount
believe
of
that.
spam messages I get, yeah, I believe it.
That's insane. How does spam even like become a thing?
Oh, do you want to know the stories behind this one?
No, what's the story behind spam?
Oh, okay. So this is a little technical, but
Break it down.
back in the day before like Gmail and all these other providers were big,
Yeah.
a lot of people would host their own email servers.
Mm.
And so naturally, there were some ports left open by default on a lot of people's computers, right? Just to make it easy, so they don't have to worry about like firewalls and whatnot. They can just like, oh, I'm gonna download an email server and it works. But then that got phased out, right? Like we all use Gmail or some
Yeah.
other provider now. But for the longest time, a lot of the ports were still open.
Mm.
And so what would happen is somebody would send you a virus and install a botnet on your computer without you knowing. And your computer, if it was infected, starts sending messages out to everybody, right? They don't even check who they're sending it to usually. They just string together email addresses and just send it out to everybody.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, even of the 80% that are like spam, I mean, they're better now, but back in the day, and even higher amounts were just undeliverable and it's spam, and it's coming from unsuspecting people.
Mm.
So that's
But
how.
now like spam is like, so the thing is like spam used to be back in the day junk mail, and then
Yeah.
it became spam calls, then it became emails. But I feel like now we're going back to spam calls and like literal what you call it, things in the mail, because I get
Mhm.
spam mail again, and there's no like unsubscribe button. Like I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, now it's not even spam anymore. Like spam used to be just like, I'm a Nigerian prince, send me X amount of money and I'll make you a
Yeah.
billionaire or whatever, right? Like that. I remember that spam.
Wait, that don't
Now
work?
it's like, yeah, now we just have data brokers selling your shit just so they can make a profit. And so they
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah.
Oh, someone said the text spams. Oh my god, those are the ones that annoy me. And it's always like somebody pretending to be a girl. Hi, this is Emily. How are you doing? And I'm like, man, I don't know no Emily.
Right.
I don't know any Emily's. Get out of here.
And they're getting creative. They're doing it on WhatsApp. They're doing it on Signal. They're doing it on
Yeah.
everything. And I'm like, I don't like it.
Spam will always exist, man. It'll always be a
Yeah.
thing. All right.
So Deb, if you're listening to this, I am not interested.
Yeah. Toy Story's most productive week during production. Pixar completed 3.5 minutes of animation. That was the most productive week. 3.5 minutes of animation. Damn.
That's incredible.
That's how long it takes. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. Toy Story is wild. King Richard II once had to pawn his crown because he was such a spendthrift. That's crazy.
Spendthrift?
Yeah, spendthrift, because he spent so much. He had to pawn his crown.
Damn. Like
Damn,
Richard
King.
the Lionheart?
I don't know if that's the right Richard.
Yeah, I was like, which Richard? Like
I don't
30 of
know.
them.
It's not the Lionheart. He just spends too much. Richard. The
Okay, got it. It's
credit
one of the
card
other
debt.
Richards.
Yeah. October 12th is the International Moment of Frustration Scream Day.
You mean I could just walk outside and scream at the top of my lungs?
Yeah, you're supposed to scream on October 12th.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed that.
International Scream in Frustration Day.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I will mark that on my calendar, and then we'll just like do a TikTok of us screaming at the top of our lungs.
We should do a TikTok of us screaming at the top of our lungs. All of Earth's continents are wider at the north than they are at the south.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't know why, but yeah,
Okay. All right. Our planet's heavy on top,
I guess.
light on the bottom. All right. All right. The color green used to be considered unlucky in Ireland since it was associated
Whoa.
with fairies who stole children and brides. Well,
Those fairies
damn.
are evil.
Is that why leprechauns are green?
I have no idea.
Ah.
But no, I know the fae are very tricky, so you got to be careful with them if you ever come across them.
What, leprechauns?
No, the fae. The fairies.
The fairies? Ah.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Cool. Sounds good. In 1830, the average American was consuming 1.7 bottles of hard liquor per week. Wait, that's not a lot, right?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I know. We're too halal to know that. I'm like, is that a lot or a little? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
I have no idea, man. Like
What? And why are they not finishing that last 0.3? Like, bro, just make it 2 bottles. Why are you leaving some of it empty
Was that per day or per week?
per week?
That almost seems like not enough nowadays.
That sounds healthy. That sounds like a healthy
Yeah, I got
consumption
some
of
friends
alcohol.
who are drinking bottles like left and right. So I don't know.
Pretty sure someone's finished like a whole bottle while this podcast has been going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Good for
I
them.
know.
I hope you're having a good time.
All right, Jazz, what was the first movie to earn $100 million?
Adjusted for inflation or no?
I'm going to say no, just $100 million.
Then I'm gonna say some animated movie from Disney. Lion
Nope.
King.
Nope,
Okay.
it's not animated and it takes place in New Jersey.
Heat?
Nope. Someone in the comments says Titanic. Nope. Miss
Enigmatic. Or enigmatic.
I don't know that. Back to the Future? No, but Back to the Future should have made $100 million. It's the most incredible movie of all time. Listen, on my date in Muslim Matchmaker, I talked about Back to the Future, and the girl did not watch Back to the Future. And I was like, you know what, that's fine. Let me tell you why Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think every man should watch Back to the Future. Because Back to the Future is one of the best examples of healthy masculinity. Because if you watch, like, you think the whole movie is about time travel, but it's really about Marty's character development. Because he's someone that always gets baited into doing something he doesn't want to do because someone calls him chicken or yellow, or someone just like gets the best of him. So like in the first movie, like basically he gets into that truck accident, and then he basically in the second movie, what do you call it? I forgot what happens in the second movie, but something happens in the second movie where they call him chicken, and because of that he doesn't run away. I think his boss ends up firing him and tells him to do something. In the third movie, they call him yellow. So it took 3 movies for him to learn that as a man, you don't have to care what other people think of you. Your masculinity is not tied to other people's impression of you and getting you to do things. So if they call you chicken, if they call you scared, and you basically get baited into doing what they want just because they're calling you that, that's not masculinity. Masculinity is like walking away. And then at the end of the movie, where he gets baited into doing a race, he ends up not doing that race and ends up not messing up his hand and messing up his future. So that's the point of the movie. Like, everybody needs to watch this movie. It's a great, commentary on masculinity and how you can't just get baited into things. You have to be secure with yourself. Who cares what other people think? Anyways, that's my soapbox. And Adel got the right answer. It is Jaws. Jaws was the first movie that broke 100 million.
No. There's no way. What
Yes.
about Gone with the Wind?
I don't think so. Because like inflated for inflation, probably yes, but this is like not including that.
I'm gonna call cap on that one.
All right, look it up.
We'll look it up in a bit.
We'll
I'll
look
look
it
it
up.
up.
Someone fact check this. Someone says I dressed up as Marty when I did my first New York Comic Con. That's awesome. I was at Comic Con when they were giving out the fancy futuristic Pepsis at Comic Con. I waited in line for that Pepsi. It was really cool. Oh man. All right. Listen, I'm not making this up. I'm not saying this. This is the fact that I have in front of me. Breathing the air in Mumbai, India for just 1 day is equivalent to smoking 2.5 packs of cigarettes.
Ooh.
Damn. That's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
That's crazy. Someone's asking, what does Adil win for getting it right? He wins a pack of Swedish fish for getting Jaws right. We will send you Swedish fish.
Okay.
All right.
So, yes, I looked it up.
Yeah.
Jaws is considered that, but it's not correct.
What do you mean it's considered that, but it's not correct? Explain.
Jaws reached 100 million in like a summer blockbuster,
Yeah.
and it was the first movie to do that.
Ah.
but it was not the first to reach 100 million.
What's the first to reach 100 million?
It was Gone with the Wind.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But Gone with the Wind probably came out a couple of times, so it's probably like overall.
I mean, I'm assuming it's the original, but yeah, this was one from 1939, and I'm like, that has to be like, yeah, like
Yeah, but
I'm
they
trying to, like,
re-released it quite a few times because
yeah.
they didn't have VHS, they didn't have that. That's been released, so I don't know, maybe in like one shot. This one I've heard a lot. I do not know if it's true, but this one says cat urine glows under a black light.
It does.
It does. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Ew.
So how this happened, back when like in my middle school days, we had this lamp, and it was like a lamp, but like it's not like just like one end. It had like 5 bendy like ends to the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom was like, "Hey, let's get multicolored lights." And so she got red, yellow, green, blue, and she wanted purple, but it turned out it was actually a black light.
Ah.
And then we had cats indoors, and then one day, you know, for whatever reason, we were just like playing with that lamp and doing all sorts of colors and having fun.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, hey, something's glowing. And we realized it was cat pee.
That's gross. You know, people bring black lights into hotel rooms and they just do the whole black light thing to make sure there's nothing gross
So
in their bed.
disgusting.
I know. That's ugh. I don't know. All right. Did you know that crickets hear from their knees and chirp from their wings?
I did not know that.
What does that mean? Do they have ears on their like knees?
I guess.
Damn,
I'm gonna look this
that's-
up because I don't also believe that.
I understand the chirping is coming from their wings. That makes sense. I always thought they were like, you know, in the cartoons they always show like crickets like they're like taking their legs and rubbing it across the other leg like a violin. And I thought that's
Yeah.
how they made the cricket noises. That's what cartoons have told me. So
That's what cartoons have told me too. But no,
I guess I'm
you're
wrong.
right.
I guess I'm wrong.
Crickets, locusts, grasshoppers, they all have knee ears, apparently.
Knee ears. Okay.
That's where the eardrums are, yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Speaking of cricket, did you know Pakistan lost a match to India this weekend?
I saw.
Rip.
I watched it.
Rip. The memes are quite funny at our expense, but hey,
Yes, they
it
are.
is what it is. It is what it is. We take the L.
And like, yeah. They put up a good fight at least this time. It wasn't like a blowout. Like
I don't know. I don't know anything about cricket. I don't know
in the
anything
past,
about
like I've seen them like they ended the match with like 9 overs. I was like, oh well, shit.
The first cricket match I've ever seen was in a movie called Lagan.
That's a great movie, by the way.
It's the first cricket match I've ever seen.
Deen Guna Lagan.
All right. The U.S.-Canada border is the longest border in the world without a military defense.
Oh, okay. I was like, where are you going with this? That doesn't make sense. But okay, that actually makes perfect sense now.
Wait, so can you just like walk from like U.S. to Canada?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, interesting.
In fact, you
No.
can walk there, and they'll be like, "You're here illegally. You're gonna face punishment," and then you can just be like, "Okay," and you can just keep walking. It's actually kind of funny.
Damn, that's kind of crazy. All
Oh yeah, Canada. Like, if you ever crossed a border at like a non-border crossing into Canada,
Yeah.
but they're like stations there, they're pretty chill actually.
Interesting. All right.
I mean, they will prosecute you, so don't be stupid. But they're just like so chill. They're like, yeah, we're gonna take care of it. So come on through, be stupid, win stupid prizes. Like,
Yeah.
they don't care.
All right. The next one is: did you know an olive tree can live for 2,000 years?
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
I learned this because of Palestine.
Yeah, because they're freaking pulling out and destroying all of these like olive trees.
The historic ones that have been there for millennia. Yeah,
Disgusting. That's crazy. The biggest threat to olive trees are Israelis.
I would
All
be
right.
surprised.
All right. Mosquitoes can fly through raindrops without getting hit. Damn.
That's annoying.
That's dope though, right? Like that's so cool. Imagine you put a little camera on a mosquito and it's just like whizzing through the drops.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fly. Get it? Fly.
That's per fly. Yes. No, that's annoying because I'm figuring like, oh, it's gonna rain, it's gonna drown the mosquitoes. My life's easier. No wonder they survive and thrive in like moist climates like that.
I know. Freaking mosquitoes.
I hate them.
You know, I don't know if this is true. You might have to look it up. But I heard mosquitoes are actually called mosquitoes because of a racial slur for Muslims.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Because of mosque.
Yeah, and that's actually, it may just been the other way around, where
Like the Spaniards did it.
the Spaniards call them mosque instead of masajids because they saw mosquitoes.
Oh,
and-
maybe the other
yeah.
way around. Yeah, that could
Mhm.
be a possible too. All right. Did you know? Whoa. Okay. Did you know sharing mascara is the most common way people pass on eye infections like pink eye?
I did not know that.
I thought it was
But
from farting in
ladies,
people's
be
face.
careful.
I thought it was farting in people's faces.
What?
Yeah, that's what the movie said. 40-year-old version, or was it? This is no, Knocked Up. Knocked Up. That's the movie. It was a Judd Apatow movie where they talked about how you get pink eye, and they were like, it's from farting on your pillow, and then you put your head on your pillow, and then you get pink eye from it.
Okay.
To be fair, like who farts on their pillow? That's weird.
That is very weird.
All right. Did you know a grizzly bear has enough bite strength to crush a bowling ball?
A grizzly bear can crush a bowling ball with its jaws?
With his jaws.
Wow.
Damn.
Did not know that, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, listen. If I see a bear, I'm like, all right, I'm dead. Just play dead. Maybe
Isn't that like depending on which bear it is?
Yeah, what is it like? If it's brown, stand your ground. If it's white, you'll be all right. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just making that up.
Which bears should you run from?
If it's black, take a crack. I'm just making up rhymes.
You should never run from a bear regardless of its color. Running can trigger predatory response.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm out here just being racist towards bears.
That's funny.
All right. That's funny. All right. Bulletproof vests, fire escapes, windshield wipers, and laser printers were all invented by women.
Honestly, thank you. Laser printers are fucking amazing. Windshield wipers are very important. Yes, please, more of these.
Yeah. That makes
Thank
a
you,
lot
women.
of sense.
We love it. We love it. Thank you.
We appreciate that. It makes sense because all of these things, minus a laser printer, are things to help keep us alive, and men are not very good at staying alive.
No wonder our life expectancy is lower.
I know. I mean,
shout out to women.
Shout out to women. All right. Speaking of women, female oysters.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know why I said that. I haven't seen these. Every time I flip a page, I read it, I see it for the first time. And we were just saying, shout out to women, and the first word here was female. So I thought it would be relevant, but then as I kept reading, it was like, whoa, this got weird.
That's hilarious for multiple reasons.
The next fact is female oysters will release between 5 and 8 million eggs into the water at one time. That's a lot of oysters. Have you ever had oysters?
I have, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had oysters. I don't even know
They're
if they're
all
halal.
right. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
are oysters the thing with the little pearls inside? Or is that a
Yes.
clam?
Yes, they're the same family in some way. Yeah,
An oyster and a clam are the same thing?
they're pretty close.
Okay.
Oysters, but yeah, like you can, they're edible, right? And it's like slimy meat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
it's definitely an acquired texture, but it just tastes like general seafood to me at this point.
I don't like putting slimy things in my mouth. I think I'm good. Let's see. This is And all right, there is an 80% chance that a dollar bill contains remnants of cocaine. I believe it.
I 100% believe that.
I don't even need to fact check this.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they're being like generous by saying 80%. It's probably more like 90%.
I would agree with that.
It has probably been in someone's butt or her G-string or something crazy. Because like, who uses like cash these days? No, just like, you know, people doing shady stuff. They're the only ones that use cash,
This is fair.
right? It's gotta be. It's all
I
gotta
mean,
be.
yeah, it's either shady stuff or you're just trying to avoid taxes, but that's also shady to begin with. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
shady stuff is access. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's crazy. All right. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, never phoned his wife or his mother.
Rude.
Wait, but there's an explanation. I know this. Because they were both deaf.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But like, why did he invent the phone? Like, this is so weird. Like, he's
You
never.
invented something for them. He's like, nah, I'll invent something for me.
He could have invented something to make their lives easier, and he invented something that like has no, basically like, no relation to their life at all.
Let me make a form of communication where I can, do things without my wife knowing,
That's crazy.
even though she can't hear anyways.
That's crazy. It would take more than an hour for a heavy object to sink to the deepest part of the ocean.
That tracks.
That doesn't seem so interesting to me. So like, okay.
Yeah.
Someone
It
told me
tracks,
that, I'd
right,
be
yeah.
like, if someone told me that, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Come on, man.
Ocean's deep.
I thought these were interesting. All right. The focusing muscle of the eye move 100,000 times a day.
That's insane.
Is that the thing where they're like your eyes move in your sleep, which is like REM sleep, rapid
Yeah,
eye
mhm.
movement?
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Your eyes be wild, bro.
You see 'em?
Eyes be wild.
Take good care of them.
Yeah. All right. Laptop screens at Apple stores are open to exactly 70 degrees because they want people to touch the computers and the angle forces them to do it. Mind games.
That is stupid.
I bet you it works.
I bet you it works, yeah. My
That's-
God, who the hell went through the trouble of figuring that out?
That's insane.
I need to look this one up. I want to see if it's actual policy or if it's just like a thing somebody came up with.
That makes so
Apple
sense. 'Cause then you touch it,
laptops.
and then you open it, and then you look at it, and then you're like, oh, this is a pretty decent laptop. All right, maybe I'll buy it. See, this is why I don't buy Apple stuff. They're too sneaky.
Oh my God, it's a thing.
No way.
It's a thing.
Guys, if you ever see a laptop that is open at 70%, don't touch
Oh
it.
my God.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's actually in their handbook and it's now 76 degrees. But yes.
Damn, that's crazy. Shout out to Fight on Little Unicorn on Instagram. Yes. Yeah, that's crazy that they do that. It's
I'm
crazy.
surprised it's in the handbook.
I'm surprised that like we're so susceptible to these like dumb little psychology things.
Yeah.
God, we're so stupid. This is why we vote for presidents in just two parties. We're just too dumb. We're easy to manipulate.
You want to build a third party, Neebs?
I just want to go to a party.
Oh, okay. That's also why we have two parties.
I am the problem. It's like, that sounds like a great idea, but a lot of work.
A lot of work,
A
yeah.
lot of work.
Fun fact, I'm building election tech now.
Do it. Let's go.
I'll tell you about it in the future, but yes, I am working on something really big.
Let's do it. Let's do
It's
it.
going to change the world.
You know what else changed the world? Butter was the first food product to allow by law to have artificial coloring.
Really?
Yeah, butter was the first food that was by law allowed to have artificial coloring.
I'm surprised by that because I feel like butter, like,
Barely have any color.
right, yeah, like, why
what are they adding?
that of all things? Exactly. Like, I would expect something like, a soda drink or something, like, or like some kind of drink, like add color to that. Like, it's easy, right? It's just
Or like
color.
a candy, like a lollipop.
Right, yeah, like something like that. But well, what do we know?
I don't know. It's butter. All right, more movie stuff. Steven Spielberg's first film, The Last Gunfight, was 9 minutes long and recorded on an 8mm film. It fulfilled the requirement to earn his photography merit badge for the Boy Scouts when he was 11 years old.
Oh, good for him.
Okay. All right. Did you know an ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain? That is a tiny
see
brain.
it. I see it. I'm thinking back to when I saw an ostrich at the zoo. Yeah, that makes sense.
They have a tiny head, right?
They do. Yeah, their eyes are massive compared to it. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Are they the ones that stick their heads in the sand?
Those are flamingos, I think.
No, flamingo are the ones that stick one leg up.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're pink.
Bird.
No, flamingos are born
Ooh.
white. They turn pink later on.
Oh, I've heard that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ostrich is the one.
Yeah. All right,
But it's a
all right.
myth.
It's a myth. It's not even real.
It's not even real. The myth originated in ancient Rome.
Yo, those Romans be lying,
Yep.
and then they feed Christians to lions. Like, it's just bad.
Okay,
You
so
know?
here's where it comes from. The ostrich will use its beak several times a day to turn the eggs in the nest, creating the illusion of burying its head in the sand.
Yeah. Someone says, "Are we doing trivia night?" Yes. So basically, what we do is we do nerd facts on our weekly episode. So basically, we just go through a bunch of facts and we try to figure out if they make sense to us or not. So
Yeah,
nerd facts is what we're doing.
We actually were supposed to have a different podcast tonight, but we're like, you know what? Screw it. It's our birthday. Let's have
Today
fun.
is our 3-year anniversary. So we're like, what else would we do than just nerd out on nerd facts?
Yeah. You
All
came
right.
to Salaam Nerds podcast. Expect nerdy content.
Yes. All right. Did you know
No,
this one is not super halal?
I know nothing.
This is the lions sometimes mate up to 40 times a day.
Mashallah, brother.
Damn, bro. Damn. What do you
I
think?
also know that lionesses, if they don't get it enough when they're in heat, like
Yeah.
they will go attack the males and be like, "Yo, get up."
Yeah. That's crazy. But like,
Mhm.
they gotta like not be able to last that long, right? If they're doing it that much.
They have one job, man. They don't even hunt. Like
Yeah.
they're the king of the jungle who really don't do anything. It's the
Yeah,
lioness that do everything.
The lioness that do all the hunting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really all they do.
Yeah. They have one job. You better do it right.
Yeah, that is true. All right. Drinking 2 glasses of wine has the same effect on your body as staying awake for 17 hours.
What?
Yeah,
Is that why people get sleepy after drinking wine?
I guess. So, like, does this mean that, like, if you drink wine and you stay up for 17 hours, it cancel each other out?
No, it doubles the effect.
Doubles the effect.
So you're up for 34 hours at that point.
Ooh, that's rough. That's rough.
Mhm.
All right. In the earlier 20th century, windmills were optimized to more easily take advantage of wind power. They could reach the output around of 100 horsepower.
That's impressive.
Why were they more optimized in the 20th century than they are now? That makes no sense. Why are we going backwards?
Because we're stupid.
Is it because the windmills were small and like, and they were like spin
100
really fast? Where
horsepower,
like,
yeah.
and like now we have like really big, huge, large ones, and they probably spin a
Right.
lot like slower.
They spin slower, but they have more horsepower. So
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
magnets and electricity, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Magnets.
There is no area in Japan that is more than 100 miles from the sea
That's cool.
until there's a tsunami.
Then there's no land.
There's nowhere to go. That's scary, actually.
Yeah.
But like, isn't that like almost all islands? Like Hawaii is probably like that,
Probably, yeah. Like,
right?
yeah, it's probably all islands.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right.
The anglerfish thing. Oh my God, Brown Boy Wonder mentioned the anglerfish on the news. That was so sad.
Wait, what's the anglerfish thing?
So anglerfish usually stay at like the deep, dark depths, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're the ones with the little thing.
The little,
that can
yeah,
light
yeah.
up.
In Finding
yeah.
Nemo, yeah.
Right. So this one anglerfish, right before it died, came up to the surface to see the light for the first time. Just, yeah.
That's a Disney movie right there.
And then when it saw the light, passed away.
And then he saw the light in heaven.
Mhm.
Damn.
Also, they're very tiny. Like they were
Wait,
showing
what?
pictures of it. Yeah, it's like this big in like your hand. Like
Yeah.
they're just absolutely tiny little things.
Oh, I thought they were huge.
No, yeah.
It's the size of a palm, Brown White Wonder says. That's crazy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Angular fish. Wow. His whole life he just wanted to see this, to see the light.
Mhm.
I want to see where the people are.
I want to see something dancing. I forgot the words.
Oh man. All right. Well, at least little homie got to see it.
Yeah, he pulled a Little
Very
Mermaid. We love it.
We love it. Why don't we end it there? I think that's good enough. Listen,
Yeah.
we did a few facts for you guys. This is our 3-year anniversary. We have been going strong for 3 years. That means for 3 years we have had no life other than to bring you guys a little bit of entertainment.
Honestly, though, man, here's why I love this podcast so much.
Why?
We scheduled this right where it's 10:30 Eastern for you, 9:30 Central for me, right?
Yes.
This forces me home by 9:30 to do this.
Yeah.
And then I go to bed at a reasonable hour compared to my life before. So I'm like in bed by like 11:30 nowadays. And
look at that.
yeah, it just forces me to be better with my time. And
Look at
so
that. And you're
this
healthier.
podcast, yeah.
Your face is bright. Your hair is healthy. You've lost weight. Look at that. All good things happen when you start a podcast with your bro.
Yeah, exactly. Worth every minute. So
Someone
if
says-
you haven't
someone-
started a podcast yet, start your podcast.
Someone said the anglerfish was actually forced up because it had gas.
Oh. Let us believe, okay?
I like our story better, where he like that was his one goal in life, and then he got it at the very end of his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all the new people that are joining us on Instagram and on YouTube and on Spotify. I'm still glad to have new followers. You know, we've been doing it for 3 years, and you know, like, listen, I went on that show to find a spouse, but if that wasn't going to happen, at the very least, you know, if people seem to, you know, resonate with me and they like my story and they like the person that I am, maybe they'll find some joy in watching my podcast. So hopefully it also brings you joy. Again, Jazz, anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah. Just happy birthday to us, man.
Happy birthday to Salaam Nerds. And until next time, guys, Salaam Nerds.
Peace.